Hey, I'm UFC President Dana White, and you're in the ring with Callum McGregor.
UFC Dern, Yao Zhenan. We're going to jump in a little bit early, see if you can beat some lines before they get inflated, because after podcasts go up by the end of the week and we jump into the beginning of the week, lines are going to get inflated on spots. And I think that there's a couple spots that if you're looking to parlay somebody to get some value, you definitely want to try to get in there early, especially if you want to try to get some parlays and really boost that up to some plus money. So like I said, early takes. Some fights I've already taped, some fights I have not taped yet. Let's take a look at Dern against Yan Xiaonan, and it's no mystery. Yan Xiaonan is going to have to keep this standing, plain and simple. We know that she's have to stay away from the jiu-jitsu. Her stand-up game is way leaps and bounds better than Dern's. She lands almost 6 strikes a minute, which is pretty solid, and only absorbs 3.77 strikes a minute. So in that case, you know, if she can keep it standing and outpoint Dern all the way through and avoid that big strike, because really that's what Dern has on. She has a big overhand. It's potentially a dog shot on that, but I'm going to watch more tape on this one. I think that right now the line currently is sitting at, we have Dern coming in at minus 225 and a plus 175 on Grishin and Yan. Wait to see where the line goes and maybe take a shot on the dog. Next fight on the card, we have smooth striking Randy Brown against Francisco Trinaldo. Big, muscular, powerful, overhands, and really backs you up with his power. But Randy Brown is smooth with his striking and is able to sort of, and I always use the term, and I'll use it a couple times today too, but he's able to matador guys around, you know, and suck you into a strike and move off to the side, land on angles, and just way better. So people have already jumped on it. So it's already at minus 300 for Brown to the plus 235 for Trinaldo. Puncher's chance really is the way you want to look at it, but I just think that Brown knows how to really deflect those shots, run nice boxing, and do what he needs to do. Brown all day on that one. This is the next fight on the card where I have really done some tape on, because I wanted to see a little bit more about Daniel Santos. I wanted to see some more about John Castaneda. I think this is a line that everybody needs to jump on early. I think that if it, even potentially parlay material, I think Santos has a puncher's chance, and I think that both guys are really good at weaponizing pace. Both guys can do this really well and put their opponents on their back foot. But when it comes to the striking, leaps and bounds, I'm going to have to go with the Castaneda side on this one. He'll be able to actually even do the matador as well, too. If he has to be the guy on the defensive more, playing counters, he'll be able to do that because he's at that level. If you look at Daniel Santos' debut, the biggest thing he did was push pace on Julio Arce, which was great. And he pushed a good pace on him. But in time, Arce started to find where he was, pick him apart, and just started landing. And it turned into a clinic. I think you're going to see much of the same thing in this fight, if not worse. I think Castaneda's striking is just really solid. He's a prospect coming up people need to pay attention to. So give me Castaneda at minus 218. I say parlay him up. And I want to watch more tape on this one. I saw some, and I think that Trevin Jones is honestly live against Hani Barcelos. I think that he's clever enough. He could potentially take him a little bit late and gas him. But like I said, I got to watch a little bit more tape on this one. I think the line is likely going to inflate, but we shall see. This might be one where I wait to see how the scales look. Might even be a live bet situation. Just sort of see how they match up. But Barcelos right now is a minus 210. So he might come on hard in the first round. And if he doesn't really get him out of there right away, this could get interesting, man. I think Trevin Jones is definitely live in that striking battle. Barcelos, with all the power and he pushes guys back, he's still a little bit wide with his shots. And if Jones can start picking him up points, jab is going to be key with some leg kicks as well to push Barcelos back. Next fight we'll look at Mike Davis against Borshev. We got Slava Claus. I watched quite a bit of tape on this one, and Mike Davis, the way that he comes in, like he actually looks like he has some pretty solid stand-up. He believes in his stand-up and potentially a little bit too much at times, because as soon as he touches somebody, he rushes in and overextends. He leaves his head hanging out there. And I just don't know if that's a wise thing to do with the hooks from Borshev. He has some real mean hooks, and also throws a lot of leg kicks to throw you off when you're leaning forward into your shots, and then catches you with a counter. So I just think the matchup-wise, Davis is really going to have to go to the wrestling on this one, but I don't know if he will. With Borshev on that side, definitely. We have Brendan Allen against Christoph Jocko. Allen on a slide. Allen striking pretty solid, grappling pretty solid, obviously. And he's willing to bang, but I think Jocko's just so clean and just almost unremarkably beats guys. He just sort of keeps it standing, keeps it in a dominant position, lands where he needs to land with his jab. lands leg kicks, keeps at distance, and I just think that he's going to probably outclass Allen and potentially win a decision in this one. Storolenko against Chandler, don't have a take on that one, not even going to throw anything out there yet. Joaquim Silva against Jesse Ronson. This is one I wanted to talk about. Joaquim Silva, power striking, right? But like a lot of very dominant Brazilians, and really the idea is power is great, but there's about 15 different holes when he's marching forward, and if Ronson can counter him as he's marching forward, but then also he's going to have to get on the offensive as well at times to impress him, because he can't stay at range with this guy. He's going to have to press him when he can. I think that's really the path to victory for Ronson. He's going to have to put the monster on his back foot. He's going to have to really take it to him and make him tired early, and even maybe press him up against the cage and do what he needs to do, because if he stands at range, you're playing with fire. Silva has some dynamite in his hands. So does Ronson. Ronson, way higher level kickboxer. Ronson, definitely a live dog in this one as well, too. Maxime Grishin against Philip Lins. Philip Lins has had so many issues with his knees, specifically his right one, so his back leg, when he's standing in his orthodox stance. It's been an issue for him, right? It's been an issue for him nonstop. He's had multiple canceled fights because of it. Grishin tends to, press guys, but then also land a lot of leg kicks, quite a bit of leg kicks. If you can really press Lins in this one and land the leg kicks at will, I definitely think Grishin's the side on this one. He's sitting at about minus 155 right now, minus 165 in some books. Biggest plays, Trevin Jones, dog, I like it. John Castaneda, I think, is one of the biggest plays, decision and KO. As soon as that line drops, smash it.